Employee performance is important. It is one building block that forms the foundation for an organization. A manager's goals include motivating employees, providing strong and clear communication, and increasing productivity in the business. Sometimes motivating employees becomes a challenge, and a manager needs to use reinforcements for inspiration. Reinforcements can be in the form of positive or negative rewards, depending on the intended outcome. Positive and/or negative rewards can influence the quality of work, motivation, attitude, and loyalty that an employee has regarding a company and the company's goals. We will take a look at positive and negative rewards and how they are involved in the workplace.
There are two main types of positive rewards used in today's society. This includes extrinsic rewards and intrinsic rewards. Extrinsic rewards is a tangible or visible reward given to an individual or an employee for achieving something. These rewards usually have monetary value such as bonuses, but can even include public recognition. Examples include fringe benefits, promotions, bonuses, and gifts. Fringe benefits are a growing epidemic today. This is because fringe benefits play a significant role in attracting and making employees stay. For employers, fringe benefits translate into happier and more productive employees and a better reputation among employees who may be considering working for the firm in the future. For employees, fringe benefits can translate into substantial cost savings, more cash for retirement, and even healthier diets and lifestyles. A few examples consist of free lunch, childcare, health care including sick pay, laundry service, gym, paid holidays, and college aid. Intrinsic rewards are rewards that come from within the employees themselves. This type of reward is one that comes from an employee who is motivated and is therefore working for his or her own satisfaction. This type of employee may value challenging work he or she receives to be meaningful to the company. Examples include positive reinforcement, employee empowerment, personal and professional achievement and growth. Whether the type of reinforcement is monetary compensation, verbal feedback, advancement opportunities, or something else, it is important to recognize that the potency of a reward is contingent upon the employee and what he or she finds rewarding. Therefore, it is important to have an array of positive rewards available to give to employees. Many employees look for positive rewards such as competitive salary, performance bonuses, education reimbursement, quality health insurance benefits, paid sick leave and parental leave, retirement plans such as Roth and 401k, PTO plans, and in today's society, flexibility to work at home. Other ideal yet easy positive reinforcements to include in a business plan would be employee discounts, on-site daycare service and gym, free coffee, flexible dress code, and regular recognition parties. As you can see, there are many ways to show one's appreciation for your employees' hard work and dedication. While some can be costly to the organization, others are very simple. Either way, it is important to include both as happy employees mean a more productive business. In the next slide, I'm going to discuss the benefits of positive reinforcement. There are many benefits of positive reinforcement. To start, it builds confidence. When employees feel their efforts are being recognized and acknowledged, this can lead to a sense of self-worth, which will help them to continue performing well in the future. For example, when you praise an employee for doing a good piece of work, that person is more likely to do that job very well the second time. Secondly, positive reinforcement motivates effective workers. The lack of positive reinforcement leads to job dissatisfaction, which can hurt the overall production and environment of the business. Using positive reinforcement motivates all employees to get that satisfaction from management. It also lowers employee turnover, which can be very hazardous to the financial side of the organization. Lastly, positive reinforcement continuously improves workplace morale. When employees feel appreciated and supported in their working environment, this can foster a happier work environment. An employee that enjoys coming into work every day is more likely to show interest in their work and feel motivated to do a great job.
Negative rewards. It is also important to utilize negative rewards in the workplace. According to Dispatch, being too positive or too negative isn't a good way to maintain a healthy relationship, and understanding which situations to use positive and negative feedback will help you so much in your personal and professional life. Negative rewards can be used to deter a particular behavior, discourage employees from undesirable outcomes, focus employees' actions towards positive rewards. It can motivate compliance, creates a balance when used with positive rewards, can include punishment, and negative rewards are integral to an effective management. Some examples of negative rewards include taking away a positive reward for negative behavior, negative feedback, a reduction in hours, a verbal or written reprimand for negative behavior, a reduction in pay, or possible demotion or termination if a person's negative behavior continues. While it may seem counterintuitive to use negative rewards in your business, it's actually extremely beneficial. Negative rewards encourages better employee performance. It motivates your employees to do better. It controls behavior to help achieve organizational goals. And it decreases the likelihood of a continued negative behavior. According to Gateway Psychiatric, the focus is on the action that the person needs to take in order to reestablish the relationship. Thus, the implication of a negative reward tends to be much more positive. When it comes to the utilization of negative rewards, it is important to effectively communicate a company's expectations to their employees. This can be done through company policy and procedure manuals, such as the Employee Handbook. By establishing an effective handbook, employees are aware of expectations and consequences of any negative or inappropriate work or behavior. An employee handbook should include a section regarding the company's procedure for verbal or written reprimands and what can lead to employee termination. The company should also have a code of conduct which conveys the ethical expectations of the company. This defines the expectations of how employees should act and treat others in the workplace. Without a defined set of company expectations, employees would not be aware of what would constitute negative behavior, which can lead to confusion and distrust between employees and employers.
Balancing the use of positive and negative rewards can maximize their effectiveness in influencing a better working environment for employees. According to an article by Neil Kochmueller called Positive and Negative Reinforcement, as well as an article by Marnie Kuhns entitled Advantages and Disadvantages of Positive Reinforcement, an over-reliance on negative reinforcement can lead to a low morale workplace based on anxiety and fear of punishment, causing employees or coworkers to potentially feel humiliated, unenthusiastic, and unmotivated. This ultimately hinders any strong long-term success that a company might want to achieve. Additionally, if poor performance is not documented well, demotions and/or termination could lead to discrimination lawsuits and unlawful termination allegations. Similarly, an over-reliance on positive reinforcement may blur the lines between positive and negative reinforcement for employees, which may potentially lead to adverse effects on employee motivation due to a state of fatigue or praise overload that causes employees to become lazy or underperform. The overuse of positive reinforcement also leads to this method of reward to become ineffective. Balancing the use of both reinforcement methods helps to maintain their effectiveness in influencing better performance from employees, while also helping to shape a healthy working environment that encourages growth and achievement.
Finding a balance between positive and negative rewards is important, but which is more effective? Some employees may view negative rewards as punishment. Fear and anxiety can cause us to withdraw and give up rather than take action and improve, according to Sharrow. Continual negative rewards can lead to loss of motivation or even rebellion by employees, and in turn create an unpleasant work environment. Punishment temporarily motivates compliance, but often leads to lower morale and less productivity in the long run. Positive rewards, if used appropriately, can spark motivation and encourage employees to regularly strive to do better. Employees will not question what to do next time and will create positive habits when they are rewarded for their behavior and performance. There are scenarios in each workplace that require the use of negative rewards as well as those that deserve positive rewards. Timing and situation are key. When it comes to motivating action, rewards may be more effective than punishments, and the opposite is true when trying to deter people from acting or performing a certain way. In this case, punishments are more effective. Each situation has to be evaluated and thoroughly considered to which type of reward should be used. Managers need to have the ability to recognize the most effective type of reward and for which circumstance and the employees involved.
Leaders often utilize reinforcement methods to encourage action. But how do you determine when it's appropriate to use reinforcement, and how do you increase their reinforcement's effectiveness? An article written by Dr. Heather S. Longzak titled Positive Reinforcement in the Workplace helps to answer these questions by providing a few tips on how and when to use positive reinforcement. Tip number 1. Use individualized reinforcers. It's important to make sure that the reward you are using is meaningful to the specific employee you're trying to use it on. This is because people are unique with individual preferences, meaning they are generally reinforced by different things. Using a reward that is tailored to a specific employee will increase its effectiveness. Tip number 2. Apply reinforcers immediately. Typically, when a behavior occurs temporally close to a reward, in the mind of the employee, the behavior and the reward will be connected, causing the employee to understand what behavior led them to be rewarded. This then increases the chances of the employee continuing the desired behavior. Tip number 3. Use various types of reinforcers. People become bored with repeated rewards, making the reward less appealing or an ineffective reinforcer. Allowing for a variety in terms of rewards will help keep the offered reward interesting and appealing. Tip number 4. Be specific about what you are reinforcing. Make sure the employee is fully aware of the specific behavior that's being rewarded. Leaving an employee guessing what they did in order to receive a reward won't help to encourage them to continue the desired behavior. Tip number 5. Avoid linking reinforcement with punishment. When rewards and punishments are applied simultaneously, they become linked and lose their independent impact. Rewards are then counterintuitive or deemed as punishments, causing the reward to be unappealing, ineffective, and even avoided. Tip number 6. Apply reinforcers consistently and frequently. If reinforcers are delivered often and consistently, they are less likely to lose their effect, especially in circumstances where employees are learning new skills. Those learning new skills will have more motivation to keep trying if they are reinforced consistently and frequently during the learning process. Tip number 7. Connect external reinforcements with computerized feedback. Computerized feedback is useful because it provides another way in which behavior and rewards are cognitively linked. This method can produce visual aids that enable others to reinforce an employee for their success. Tip number 8. Connect external reinforcers with natural reinforcers. External reinforcers like gifts and visual aids are more likely to remain reinforcing if they become linked to naturally occurring reinforcers, such as self-efficacy, self-improvement, and personal records. Because an external reinforcer generally expires, it's important for naturally occurring reinforcers to step in. Additionally, natural reinforcers have the extra advantage of requiring little or no additional effort by the supervisor. Both positive and negative reinforcement can serve as effective ways of motivating employees to work at optimal capacity. Positive and negative reinforcements can greatly influence a company's level of success due to their effects on employee behavior in terms of the quality of work being produced, the type of internal environment created, the general level of employee motivation, and the attitude that employees have towards the work they do and the company they're working for. Because of this, it's important to consider which style of reinforcement meet employee needs in the variety of unique situations that may arise. Various studies have shown that in most cases, it's best to balance the use of both positive and negative reinforcements in order to maintain their effectiveness as well as promote a healthier and more efficient working environment for employees. If practiced correctly, the use of positive and negative reinforcements will not only benefit employee growth, but significantly enhance a company's overall success.